Cheers, y'all. Hey. Corona is a Pilsner. So, technically not an ale, Pringle. So, all beers are either ales or lagers. And the difference is the type of yeast that they use to make the beer. So, Liquid Mind, stoke your stand up for a little bit. Of course. Throw out any questions you got, and I'll get you yours first. Kendra, Miss Noel, what's up? So yeah, Pringle, as I was saying, all beers are either ales or lagers, and the difference is the type of yeast that they used to make the beer. Let's see if I can remember this properly. Lagers are bottom, like it sits on the bottom of the tank and it ferments in cold temperatures. Ales use a top fermenting yeast and it ferments in warmer temperatures, like room temperatures. So you can trace stuff back, like the origins of a lot of beers kind of has to do with the type of yeast they had, and then like the climate, like if it was warm or cold or whatever. So there you go, a little 30-second beer lesson for you. Which I'm actually in contact with my buddy. I'm trying to get up to finally go shoot his brewery, hopefully next week. So that would be awesome because that's one that I've wanted to do. That's one that I've wanted to do for you guys for a long time. Duke Nukem. What do you know? Do you know how much about Japanese style bartending? If so, how to pursue that? Duke Nukem. I know exactly zero about Japanese bartending. Although I did used to work for I worked at a snowboard camp many years ago. And half of our, or not half, but like a quarter of the camp was Japanese students or riders, whatever, campers that would come over, and they like to drink. So I definitely know that you can get your drink on over there, but I have no idea, man. I have no idea. Japan is a very cool, unique culture. You're probably there. You probably know. But yeah, I don't know. That'd be a good kind of a topic to explore, is the different cultural differences around the world in bartending and what it takes. You can do like a bartending of the world, bartending schools of the world, not bartending schools, like what it takes to be a bartender in different countries of the world. Be a cool one, right? So anyway, ask lots of questions, you guys, because I realized that one of the things that I'm going to start doing, you guys ask a lot of good questions. And so what I'm going to start doing is taking some of the questions that you ask and we'll literally make a video out of the questions. So if you got questions, throw them out. I'll answer them here, but then you might actually end up having your own video with your question. So there you go. Matt Rhodes, have you ever tried to remember, wait, can't remember what they call, so have you ever tried, I can't remember what they call it, but prison wine or mead. I've heard of prison wine, not mead. I have no idea what it is. I think it's just anything that they can find to create an alcoholic beverage. And it's probably closest to wine, and it's probably pretty terrible. Hopefully you don't have to worry about that. I would not recommend it. And I know it was a little late to get started. Hopefully I didn't lose Shake. He's usually on the point. So anyway, yeah, welcome back to another live edition of Making You a Bartending Pro. I'm Jason. On this live stream, it's just basically open format question. You can ask me anything you want. You can give me ideas for videos that you would like to see made. Like I said, I'm going to start probably taking some questions and making videos out of them. So, Liquid Mind. Was that you that asked that? What's the song? I don't know, buddy. Let me see if I can go back and see what it was. I think the question, it looks like it might have been, oh yeah, that last question, the last song, Liquid, if you're asking about that, was Bob Moses, called I Ain't Gonna Be the First to Cry. And this one is something else, Violet City. All right, now we got some questions flowing in. So, oh, I realized I missed some of you guys' stuff up top. Lo siento. Perennial said, all I have to do is learn to become a server, and then I get a bartending job, but they aren't giving me enough hours, so have to find another. There you go. Don't mess around. I mean, you take the first job, it comes along, you stand on it, you start getting some experience, but if you're not moving up the chain the way you want to, then exactly, you go out there and look for the next gig. Liquid Mind, what are the odds of you landing a job in a bar with absolutely no job experience? Would you hire someone without any experience if they seemed willing to learn or ambitious? Yes, 100%. We're actually, I was just talking to my boss about that today because I'm going to step away from my duties there to, I'm just cutting down to only 4 days a week because I basically want to focus on this stuff more. I told them I was getting another part-time job, you know, and because I just got my college degree thing and stuff, and so it's getting me jobs is what I told them. But I will be doing other stuff like freelancing, but it's mostly so I can focus on you guys. So anyway, my point is that we were going to possibly hire somebody with no experience because we have just basic shifts to offer. We don't have enough to hire somebody that's got full experience to come in and give them 4 or 5 shifts a week. Don't have that. It's only 2 or 3 shifts. Most of them are going to be days. So that's the good kind of a situation for somebody that doesn't have any experience. So yes, it does happen. We've hired people that have no experience in our bar twice when since I've been there. Now, is it very likely that you'll walk into a bar, get hired, and get 4 or 5 shifts in the good rotation with no experience? It's a little less, but doesn't mean that it can't happen, and it just depends on the type of place that you're going to. So you have to be realistic about your expectations of the joint that you're going into, unless you're best friends with the owner or general manager, and then they're going to pull some strings for you. But yeah, I mean, like I said a million times, nobody starts with experience. All of us start with no experience. So you have to get a first job somewhere. And usually it's kind of like what Singles Pringles trying to do of move up from other positions. So don't only, you know, if you have the luxury where you like maybe live with your parents or something, or you have another job and you can be choosy on trying to just start as a bartender, then sweet. But if you don't, then take whatever first offer they give you, whether it's busing or, you know, whatever, anything in the establishment. And then once you're in there, then you can just tell them that you want to be a bartender, show them that you're a good employee, and you'll get a chance eventually. Fanger, what's up, buddy? Pruno, they take juice, sugar, bread. Oh, Pruno, he's talking about the jail wine. So they take juice, sugar, bread, place it in a bag for it to ferment, and you can make cheap wine that is kind of like the same style. Just get your favorite grape juice and add some sugar and yeast. Yeah, you could do the same thing. Pretty brutal. I'll stick to my Coronas or whatever. Single Pringle. Now that's a good question. Do female bartenders make less money than the males? No, actually, Pringle, this is an industry where it usually goes the other way around. Most girls make more money. And that's just because we still have that, it's not a sexist thing. What's the right way to say that? Where gender roles, where generally guys are paying the tab still, kind of a thing. I guess that's, some people would call that sexist. Some people will call it chivalrous. So depends on your point of view. But most guys still pay the tabs, Even if a guy's there with his girlfriend or wife, if he thinks that girl in front of him is cute, he is more likely to tip more. And anytime I've worked with girls in the past, the shifts that I work with our female coworkers, we tend to make a little more money. They tend to bring people in, like people will come in just to see them, kind of a thing, a little bit more than guys. Hence why what is sexist happens all the time, where people will hire. Sometimes it's some places based on looks, which is completely illegal, but it happens all the time for that reason. But yeah, girls tend to make, not always, right? This isn't a hard and fast all the time rule, but I think that if you could average it all out, I think girls would make more money than dudes, for sure. If it was like shift for shift, dollar for dollar, I think girls do more. Operation 8, what's up? Kate, bartender at Navajo Live in San Diego. Yeah, for sure. You should send me, you ever want to be on an episode, Kate? You should send me an email. Here, I'm going to type it in here right now. Support at bartendingblueprint.com. Send me an email there, and we'll hook up. I'll come stick you on camera. Or if you're not into that, which some people aren't, then yeah, let me know when you work. And I don't even know where that is. Where's that? I'm gonna look this up. Where are you? Navajo Live. There you are. Let's see. ¿Dónde está? ¿Qué es eso? This is in... Where is this? Where are you? Oh, you're like La Mesa. Aha. All right on. Yeah, shoot me an email, girl. Let's make it happen. Let's see. New Mix Asian, do you have a girlfriend? If you don't mind me asking. I am married, actually, brother. But thank you for the interest. In this industry, you always have lots of, yes, thank you, single. Lots of social interactive opportunities. How easy is it to become a bartender? No experience. I'm studying bar smarts and need a job ASAP. Bar smarts is just like any other bartending school or this. It's all the same stuff. I mean, you learn how to pour a drink. You know, you learn how to free pour. You learn a couple of recipes. And then after that, the real rubber hits the road, where you actually go hit the road. And there's no magic sauce other than you just got to go out there, knock on doors, shake hands, drop resumes, and then follow up. That's really it, is what it comes down to. And then you need to be willing to take other jobs and other positions. And if you're willing to do that, then you'll be good. As long as you're not deluded into thinking that you can go from no experience into, you know, clubs at shifts at like a hot club in town, not as likely. But if you're willing to pay your dues, then you'll get a shot anywhere you want. Oh God, fingers at this. Sometimes even use ketchup packets to make wine. That is fucking disgusting. That's like tomato juice wine. Maybe it's like a Bloody Mary mix, kind of. You could say if you were trying to justify it in your head. Who knows? Yeah, thanks, Liquid Mind. Appreciate that. Of course, anytime. Operation 8. Did you just say you just finished your degree? I did. Thank you. Finished my degree. All done. Yep, sex does sell. That's why Brendan Delege totally butchered your name there, I feel like. That's why that happens. Hire good-looking people. And that's not just in this industry. That's science shows that quote-unquote more attractive people get preferential treatment across all spectrums of life, which is unfair, but it's just one of those cosmic lottery things, which is why it's so funny to me, like when people, like all the like Instagram model people, you know, that are just professional selfie people. I think it's hilarious when they think of it's like this thing that they've worked so hard for and have done. Like, I worked so hard for this. It's like, yeah, you posted a bunch of pictures, but really you just got lucky with you won the universal lottery because your parents are cute, or the combination of your parents made you look cute. It's like, So anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, sex sells. It happens. It sucks. It's unfair. It's just the cosmic joke. So you just got to be a better person, I guess. I don't know. Let's see here. Who to catch live stream? Hell yeah. What's up, noob? We got Lady Stepansky in the house from H-Town. Jack Saslowski. Second training shift behind the bar tomorrow. Any recommendations? Don't be late. Don't be late. Other than that, just smile, be friendly, and you'll be all right, buddy. Ask questions, be curious, but don't be contrived. Like, don't try to ask too many questions if you're curious about something, but definitely don't be afraid to ask any questions that you are legitimately curious about. 100%. Philip Wingham, what tips for landing a bartending job with some experience? With some experience, seems everybody wants someone with years of experience, been in the restaurant industry. Andrew, is that you, buddy? That just gave me that fat tip. Thank you. That is very generous. Thank you, buddy. Yeah, so that's one way you guys can support me, is you can throw tips on this thing now, which was a cool thing that YouTube did. So thank you, YouTube. Anyway, yeah, sorry, buddy. Where are we at? Philip Wingham. Been in the restaurant industry for 10 years. Any advice is appreciated. So if you have, everybody seems to want someone with years of experience, been in the restaurant industry for 10 years, lean on that 10 years of experience, Phil. Is that all right if I call you Phil? That's huge. I mean, you basically know every inch of a restaurant, in my opinion, and every job and how it works and the flow of everything. Like, you know the whole deal. You just don't have any experience behind the stick enough to get you a job. So go in there and say, hey, look, here's the deal. I've been in this industry for 10 years. I know everything backwards and forwards. I love it. It's a good time, but I really want to get in the bar. What can you do? Put me in another position. I don't care, but with the understanding that at some point you'll give me a shot in the bar. And that's what I'm asking for. And then, I mean, fuck, if you came into my bar and said that and we needed somebody, I'd give you for sure I would give you a shot. So you just got to find the right place. And then, you know, I know you've done everything, so just get another job that's closer, you know, bar back, server. I don't know if you want to serve. Bartender's a weird thing where we don't like serving, even though sometimes they make better money than we do. It's something about having to run around that stresses me the fuck out. I like being in my little cage. Stepansky, Q. Do you think it's important for a bartender to have a social media account for followers to know where they're serving or to build a following? So this is a new kind of phenomenon where you'll actually have places that will say, hey, you know, I don't know if it's legal. This is like a gray area, right? This is like a personal, I don't know what you call it, like not personal property, but just this is like a privacy kind of a thing. That's a gray area where a lot of establishments will ask as part of their when you send in their information, hey, thanks you guys, that's awesome, that is epic, Michael Henderson. Oh. That's my fucking roommate. He just tipped me on this thing for money that he owes me. That's funny. That's awesome. Forgot to get beers today. Grab some next time you go to the store. Epic. Thank you, Mikey. That's my my roommate, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, later, buddy. Sorry, that totally broke my train of thought. Where was I? I was talking to, I was back up to Phil. We talked about that. Okay, now Stepansky was asking about, oh, the social media thing. Yeah, okay. So this is like I don't know if this is legal to do this, but they're doing it where they ask, like, along with your application, or like if you see it's a common one if you look for jobs on Craigslist, which is another reason why you shouldn't look for jobs on Craigslist. But they'll ask you to send a picture of yourself, which is illegal, not supposed to do that, and they'll, at least in California, right? I think it's most places, but California too. and then they'll ask you like link your social media accounts because they want to see what they're trying to do really, or what they should be doing. They want to see what you look like because again, it's this like bullshit sexist thing that they're hiring on looks, which is completely illegal. Which if you could prove that, you could bring a case against someone. But you know, hey, who wants to really do that? But they're also starting to look for people that have a following and can like promote to their followers when they're working. That's an asset. Like if you have, and I understand it, right? From an establishment's point of view, if you have someone that is coming to apply and can show you like, hey, look, I have, you know, 1,000 followers on Instagram, and a lot of them are local to here, and every time I work, I post, and you know, at least 10 to 20 people come in, which is a lot, if you could say that. Even if you could say you had a couple people come in all the time, then that's going to be extremely attractive to an establishment. So I think that if you're already in the social media game and you play that and you already have a bunch of people and all that shit, then you can use that to your advantage. But I don't think you should try to cultivate that last minute and, you know, just to show them that you have something, and then you end up putting up some social media that's got like 10 followers on it. Like, ooh, what? This person's a loser. Not to say that you would be a loser if you don't have that stuff, but you know what I mean? Like if they're looking for that and then you show them that you don't have that, then they're going to have a preconceived notion of what they think that means. It's not correct, but it would probably not work in your favor. So I would say just tell them that, I don't know, you studied psychology in school and you had a professor that scared you off social media, and so you don't have any social media accounts really. So you know, it's like I got all my friends on email blast, and I can shoot out emails to them. You can say you have all your friends on email and you got 300 emails or whatever, you know, something that they could never check. But yeah, the social media it's a sticky subject in many facets of our culture. Yeah, and there's a lot of science coming out that like I'm trying to back the fuck away from my social media, which is hypocritical for someone who's trying to make videos on YouTube and shit. But fact of the matter is that social media, and the science is showing this, is not good for us, and it's not improving our quality of life in any capacity, except for the very, very few really, really, really cool people. What is cool? What does that mean? They get to do all the cool shit that we think we do, or they do, but really they usually don't even do that anyway. Okay, so that was a really long answer. Sorry, guys. Hang tight if you threw other questions up. I will get to them, I promise. Andrew Mexasian, you should make a video about how to make a newbie bartender into a pro bartender in less than a certain time frame. From 0 to pro in less than 3 days. That's a good idea, Mexasian. I like that. I like that, Andrew. I do like that. Throw me as a test subject in your video if you could. Did you say you're in San Diego, Andrew? I forget. Hit me on that email, the support@bartendingblueprint.com if you are. And yeah, I'll make you a test subject. Anybody watching this, if you're in San Diego and you want to do that, send me an email, support@bartendingblueprint.com. And if there's a bunch of you, then great. We'll do it with all of you. As soon as the printer says, "No, I'm good," but they don't even know that shit. Brad, right. What's up, buddy? Will you please give a shout out to our new bartender, Sylvia Perez in Dallas? Is she the same one we shout out the other day, or last week, or the week before? Sylvia Perez in Dallas. How are you, girl? New bartender in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Edward. Best thing to mix with Jack isn't soda. Same question for Fireball. What are the ratios I should pour when mixing it? Jack on the rocks, if they're a real connoisseur. You can do like sours, so like lime juice, maybe a little splash of simple syrup, so just like a whiskey sour with Jack. I've seen people do Jack and waters. Again, that's more of like an advanced varsity Jack lover person drink. Fireball is so sweet that it shouldn't be mixed. I don't know. Shit, man. Fireball is just like a shot itself. You don't really need anything. So if you're trying to mix it with something, you would want cinnamon. What would go with that? Oh man, I don't know. I've never played with that. Orange maybe? Cinnamon and orange, is that weird? Or maybe mint? No, that would be weird. Lime, lime. So maybe like lime juice, maybe like a fireball sour. That'd be interesting. Maybe make a video about that. That'd be weird. We could try that out, see how it goes. Kick it off here, fireball sours. You heard it first on BartendingPro. Operation 8. Yeah, we talked about you doing a video there about 6 to 8 months ago. Oh, Kate. Yes. Okay. Send me an email again. I do remember now. That was back when I was buried in school and shit. Now I don't have that anymore. And I have Sundays through Tuesdays off and open so that I can come film with you guys or out there in wherever land. So, do it. Fanger, is there a local brewery in your hometown? Shit, man, this is San Diego. There's like fucking 85 of them. Seriously. I think there's, let me see. Let me look that up. How many microbrews? It's seriously something ridiculous. Number of micro breweries in San Diego. Is this, let's see. 125 licensed craft breweries. The most of any region in the United States. So there you go. 125. Come down and visit. Take your choice. Operation 8. Technically San Carlos, but I call it La Mesa. Oh yeah, there you go. That was just because that was the closest thing on the map when I was pulling that up. Sorry, we're way behind on questions. Remember, if you guys have a question, hang tight. I will get to it. Let's see here. I'll try to go through these a little bit faster because I know that, man, holy shit, it's already 8:40. We'll go a little bit longer tonight. I'll make sure I get all you guys' questions answered. Operation 8. I work every Sunday, 6 to 2. All right, sounds good. We'll come in and let's make some videos. Live music every day, except Tuesdays. Never recover. We also have late night happy hour, 11 to 2. Nice, solid. Sounds like a good place to work. Banger, Ed, I like lemonade as a mixer with Jack. Fireball, I mix it with rum chata also. Oh yeah, that would be work. I think Fireball is good in like hot drink, coffee drinks, any sort of the like coffee cocktails. That stuff would work with for sure. Cinnamony, any of the kind of like holiday, holiday cocktails. Let's see, Edward, what can you mix with Fireball and Jack Black Label that isn't soda? Please answer. How should the ratios be poured? Oh, ratios. So that was the other part of your question. 2 to 1. So 1 part liquor, 2 part mixers. If you want them strong, half and half, 1 to 1. That's generally the standard, somewhere around in there. But play with it. Some with the Fireball being so sweet, you can probably do like half to half, like 1 to 1. Unless you're doing like something that's really tart, like lime juice, which I don't know how that would be, but I'm just throwing that out there. I am not a master mixologist, okay? So for all of you that are curious about getting into bartending and think you gotta know all this crazy stuff and be like a mixology mind, you don't have to. I don't know any of that shit. Especially when you're first getting started, your bartending that you're gonna be doing is very basic. And most of your career could be, like mine, I worked, let's see, the place that I've helped open that was kind of a clubbish, like there's stuff during the regular hours. It was a little bit crafty. So it's not really a whole lot that you find it, I guess it's more common nowadays, but my point is that don't worry if you're not like that, or if you're not like super psyched about studying liquor and flavor combinations and all that kind of shit. But you can just be a general basic bartender, and most of the time your general basic bartending that you're going to be doing when you start will be very basic. Also got a new bartending kit. How should I go about my training? Dimas. Practice at home, buddy. Have friends come over. Get some empty bottles, put water in it so you get your pour speed down. Water in bottles is for your pour speed, and then the rest of it, is just kind of making stuff and tasting it. You just gotta test it, taste it. And your other question, what is the best job site? Your car to the sidewalk. There is no job sites for bartending, really. There's a couple of people that have tried over the years, and it just doesn't work. And the reason is because establishments are so busy, they don't have time, and they usually don't need to do anything more than like put an ad up on Craigslist, right? And that's terrible, because I tell you guys, don't look at Craigslist, because that's what a lot of the lazy managers and a lot of the lazy bartenders looking for jobs do. They'll just cherry pick on that. You can maybe try Indeed, INDEED.com, but there's not a whole lot of industry job sites that are legit. And like I said, most establishments, even if there was a good one in your area, unless that owners of the website are really on top of every establishment in the area and staying abreast of who's got positions and who doesn't, it could be tough. That's a business opportunity for somebody out there. Create and build it out, but it would be very labor intensive. It would be hard, because your margins, what are you going to charge? People aren't going to pay to list on that, and then you're going to have to pay people to be on top of it all the time. That'd be hard. Anyway. Okay. Yeah, figured that's a refreshing summertime drink. It sounds good. I'll give it a shot. All right. Taylor McLean finally made it in the start. You welcome. Let's see. Brad says we actually have 3 Sylvias, and they all need to watch your show. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thank you very much, sir. Cheers to you very much. I know that was like 10 minutes ago when I made that comment. Fireball, hot cider maybe. Yep, there you go. Operation 8, social media question. My boss gently insisted when he hired me, but I told him I don't do social media for personal reasons and I'm very private. There you go. Great answer, right? Just don't do social media. I'm private. I had, you could say some shit like I had a weird stalker, so I didn't really mess around with that stuff or something. Or just like that. Like what Kate said. Just tell him, sorry, it's not my deal. And there's, I don't know, I'm hesitant to say it, but there's no place that would not hire somebody because they don't have social media. I'm sure there's instances of that being true, but it's just so absurd that I would want to smack any manager that made a decision, and that if they use that as the deciding factor. I would have more respect for somebody that said that. Personally, that's just me. Brad the Right, that's funny that you said that, asked that same question. You think female bartenders earn more than men? Or did you just ask that because you heard me answering that earlier? You watch this Brad guy. He's crafty. He's a crafty character. In case you're not serious you are serious and you didn't catch it earlier, I do think females make more than dudes in this industry. I think they do. Fireball Stupid Cupids with creme de cacao and Irish or Jamaican cream liqueurs. Yeah, there you go. That sounds pretty damn good. You wouldn't want to have too many of those. That's a hangover drink for sure. Singles are bringing on how long of a commute? Oh, right. Sorry. My brain was trying to say communicate. How long of a commute should you go when looking for a job? So, have you watched the full Getting the Job playlist that I have, Pringle? The How to Get a Job with No Experience playlist. It's like a little, I think it's on the Getting, see, this is where Shake is usually here pulling up videos for me, but he is down for the count tonight. Let me see if I can pull up my own damn videos. I think it's called How to Get a Job, Bartending, something like that. What did I name my playlist? Anyway, there's a little mini 4-part mini series in that playlist that come on internets. Yeah, so if you go into my How to Become a Bartender playlist, in that playlist there's a 4-part mini series on how to get a bartending job. And let's see, where was I? Okay, and then in the first part, I talk about creating a kind of a circle of attack. And you generally, and this depends on where you live, right? This is true with anybody when you're looking for jobs. If you live in New York City, you know, your radius can be 2 blocks maybe or whatever. Not really that tight, but you know, you get my point. Where if you live in like the country, the Midwest, in like Ohio or something, your radius might need to be 100 miles. So it depends on where you live. And generally what I try to say is a half an hour. Now, if you live in LA, half an hour might mean 5 miles, because that's how long it takes you to go 5 miles. So it just depends on how far you want to go, how many options you have in your area to be able to try to identify 30 to 40 establishments, 20, at least 20 or so establishments. The more the better, because then you can go drop a bunch of resumes, and then you have this huge or big list of establishments that you are going out to, getting to know the owners and managers, and following up. And you need to go out and follow up. You need to shoot for 5 follow-ups. There's research that I recently read that when you're going out and looking for a job, over, I think it's like 60 or 70% of people never come back after the first time. And then after the 4th time of following up, you have less than 95% of the people make it to the 5th follow-up. So if you can follow up with somebody 5 times, they are going to definitely know who you are and remember you. And they are definitely going to be impressed and know that you're serious and committed and dedicated to the cause, so you're going to catch their attention. Even if you have 0 experience, they will figure out a way to get you in there. So shoot for 5 to 10 follow-ups, right? If you ever get to 10, it'd be shocking. Somebody will give you a shot within 10 follow-ups of that big list. Let's see. Fireball smash with lemon juice. Cane syrup, muddled mint. See, there you go. Stepansky with all the magic fireball recipes. I'm going to make some of these, girl. I like these. I'm going to make you some. I'm going to put you in some videos. Dimas. I meant for me to get a side gig. I work as a barback. Oh, okay. But I went to get. I want to get gigs. I started bartending at my friends' parties, although no one really tips. Yeah, it's the working for your friends to do 2 parties. It's not to make money. It's to practice and get used to making drinks and just having fun with it and just practicing. It's training wheels, kind of. I mean, you're really making drinks, but it's kind of like training wheels. So yeah, don't try. If you're throwing parties for your friends, think in your mind this is practice, and you're getting experience so that you know what it feels like, but you're not really going to make a lot of money. If you want to do that, then you got to start doing like private parties, not for your friends necessarily. Although you can start there as just the starting point, but you want to get private parties out from the general public because they pay you. And if your goal is to make money, then don't throw too many parties for your friends because they don't tip. Okay. Let's see, noob. Being a new barback in a sports bar during the World Cup has been hell, but but the money is awesome. Thanks for all the advice. Yeah, noob. That's funny. Yeah, sports bars are probably getting hammered right now. I don't know where you are in the country. I don't know if you have to get up early because all our guys, our bars out here, a lot of them they're opening at like 8 a.m. and stuff so that they can be open for the matches. Which means you're probably getting there at 7, which is like, that's like not normal for most bars. That's early as shit for most bars. Fanger, have you had issues with people trying to light shots on fire? I was reading a story about a group of friends were taking fire shots, didn't blow it out, caught, threw it on fire. Yeah, burning liquid stuff is not cool. That's why a lot of places don't allow it. And we used to do them at the very first place that I worked at, which was sketchy as shit because it was kind of this little beach. It was this place that's right on the beach, and it had these kind of like little, almost like grass shack, grass hut type little faux awnings that sat above the bar that were literally just like straw, and we used to light shit on fire underneath them. It's like if anybody would ever like just went like that with a flaming thing, it would have been toast. So yeah, I've heard some nightmare stories about that, but you got to think. Remember, the thing with fire is if it doesn't have oxygen, it can't burn. So if you dumped fire down your throat, if you just like close your mouth, and in a second or two, the oxygen is going to be out of there, and you're not going to have a whole lot of, I don't know. Don't pour burning shit down your face. Don't listen to me. I don't know what the fuck. It's like, but yeah, a lot of places are not cool on flaming shots, which is funny because I'm going to shoot a flaming Dr. Pepper video for you guys very soon. I'm going to shoot that this week, I think, actually. So we'll see when I can get that up. Dedicated Mr. Mosh and Fanger, here is the flaming Dr. Pepper. I don't get hangovers. I just really get exhausted from drinking all night. Yeah, that's good. You're lucky. Are you young? You'll get them. If you keep drinking, you'll get them. Raw Productions, DJ Muladara. I've been barbacking since April. How should I go about starting to bartend? I've been doing Expo also. Good. More stuff, the better. All right, Raw. Go to my playlist on this channel, okay? So go up there to my playlist, open it in a new window or something, and you're gonna go look for a couple of playlists. The main one being how to become a bartender playlist, not video, playlist. And then in that playlist, there's about 11 different videos, and the main one you're looking for, there's a little mini series in this. I was just talking about this earlier with these guys called How to Get a Bartending Job, and there's 4 parts. Watch all the videos in that playlist, but specifically it will talk about how to kind of frame yourself with an owner. It kind of talks about it in the interview video, how to kind of plant the seed that your goal is to be a bartender. And that's more like if you're going in straight to be a bartender and interviewing to be a bartender. So I'll just see. The best thing to do is just tell them your intention. That you want to be a bartender. Keep doing a good job. Keep showing up on time. Help everybody else. Do stuff outside of your job requirement. And then just keep being the squeaky wheel. Don't annoy people. Don't be annoying. But make sure that they don't forget that you want to be a bartender. Help the bartenders. Get to know the bartenders. Get to be their friends, unless they just are complete assholes and they all suck. But still, then just get to know them, their nuances, what the owners and managers do and do not like about your bartenders. Not so that you can go in and like be shady and rat people out, but just so you understand what is good and what is not good in their eyes. And then you can reinforce those positive ideas by showing that to them in any way you can. Does that make sense? So you try to figure out, what do they like about these bartenders or whatever. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? Make sure you accentuate the right and don't ever do the wrong. And then just continue to tell them. Don't let them forget that you want to be a bartender. And then if you just keep showing up, doing a good job, you'll get a shot. All right, Kate, I'd love to. Even though I've been working behind the bar for a few years, I could definitely use polishing, so to speak. Yeah, of course, girl. Let's see here. I want to make sure I didn't miss anybody's questions, so I'm going back up because it's already 9 o'clock. Wow. These things go fast. I'm going to go a little bit over here. I'm going to go a little bit over because I got started a little bit late. Okay. All right, Pringle says, yeah, I live in Casa Grande, and there is nothing out here, so I have to make a commute, which sucks. Private parties, do you need a license? I don't think so. Depends on your state. Probably not. If you bring the booze, yes. If they hire you and you pour their booze, not usually. But again, check your state. I'm not the absolute end-all be-all, so make sure that you look up the laws and regulations in your state. Okay. You have Sundays off. I work every Sunday night. All right, Kate. Let's get it done. Ben the bartender. What up, buddy? Gaming noob. Open at 6 a.m. Stayed until 4:30 p.m. Damn. Getting the hardest work, I imagine, out of the way. If I ever see the nice bucket again. Yeah. Yep. But you're like right there, man. You are in the thick of it. Exactly. The good thing about being where you are is that you're getting your ass kicked now. So you know what it's like to get your ass kicked. And then from there on out, you'll be able to handle it. You'll know what to do when it gets busy. You'll know that it's not a big deal and that you're going to survive and that you'll get through it. And that you can only go as fast as you can go. So keep up the good work, buddy. Yeah. Oh, wow, man. I'm way behind on these comments. Holy shit. Sorry, guys. Ben the bartender. You only need a license if you are selling liquor. Yep. Yeah, Ra. You got it, buddy. Banger, I'm 25. Yeah. Well, that's why you don't get hangovers yet. Give it another 10 to 15 years. You'll get them. But it's not something to aspire to. Trust me, they suck. I haven't had a good, nasty. They all suck. I haven't had a bad hangover since last Halloween. I think I was talking about this last week. You get these. I tested the theory that you can't get drunk off of Modelo's, and I was drinking the tall boys, and I had like 6 of them or something, and definitely got drunk. Definitely was hungover. Definitely don't drink a whole lot. What I do is light beers and crisp, refreshing, low on the alcohol. Try not to get drunk. Have my fair share of nights. Yeah, that's what I do. Same thing, buddy. Same thing. All right, and we are down. That was the last few sips. Usually I'm finishing that after this video. That was delicious today. It was delicious. What's the best way to start training an untrained staff? This is hello. I just got a job as bar manager, but no one has ever trained my team. I want to do right by them. What do you mean by no one has ever trained them? Like you have a complete brand new rookie staff of bartenders? Or what's the what's your background, right? Are you coming from experience in the service industry, or are they hiring you from management experience and you're coming into this establishment looking to put in like a traditional kind of management framework? Give me a little more context. Emad, what's up? My night is going fantastic. How are you? I just finished my beer, so we're running. I'm gonna do last call on questions, y'all. So remember, as I said earlier, some of you guys that are here now are probably not from earlier in the I almost said podcast. This is not a podcast. This would be a video cast, live stream. Is that I realize that you guys come up with really good questions, and so I'm going to start taking some of these individual questions from these live streams and making videos of those themselves. So if you're watching right now and you have a pressing question that you think other people would like to know, or you would just love to see it made as a video, then throw it out there. I'll answer it now, but I will also possibly make a video out of it. So I'm shooting those right now as we speak. I mean, not literally right now, but I grabbed a bunch of questions from last week from some of you guys, and you're going to see them as videos coming up soon. So this is how you can directly impact and influence what you learn, what other people learn, and what you see on this channel. So keep that in mind. If you're watching this after the fact, feel free to leave comments about what you would like to see, and I will get it done. I don't know if I'll tell the rest of you guys again. I put my not notice, but I was talking to my boss today and told him that, hey, I'm cutting down to only be available 4 days a week because I want 3 of those days to be available 100% to work on this stuff. So I'm open Sundays till Tuesdays. So I will not be in my bar Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. And also, if you are a San Diego area bartender, or you want to be a bartender and you're in the San Diego area, please send me an email and I would love to hook you up, make you a test subject for a video series. Blue, I can't fucking type with my hands way up high like this. Print.com at that that email right there, and that way, hired for corporate management, LEL experience at a family bowling alley, have prior private 40 bartending experience at 619. Bar staff is all self-taught, more food runners than anything. So yeah, you basically got a basket full of rookies. Send me an email. Hello, am I saying that right? Hello. Are you in the States? Because if you are, I can work something out where I can give you guys access to my. I can set up something so they can access my training. I won't charge you for them or anything. You guys can go in there and check it out. I don't know. Again, and send me an email to that email about like what kind of stuff you want to do. I mean, this is a unique question that's very specific to the management side. And most of the time, the management has been there for so long that they are very particular on how they want to train their people. So when you have a unique combination of new management and new employees coming in, everybody's just kind of like, okay, what are we going to do here? So send me an email. I'll help you figure that out. Let's see here. I feel like, did I skip out in the middle of the question here? Emad, what's your preference on shakers, cobbler or Boston? I like the big Boston shakers, personally. They're just easier, and I use them with a pint glass, and I don't have to mess with it. Simple, easy. I guess I should say whatever the liquor distributors give us is generally what we use, which is usually the Boston shakers. Beauty, bartender. To what extent is it useful for humanity? Bartenders? You could make an argument either way. You could argue that we are there to help facilitate and make delicious libations for those out there looking for a social interaction. Or you could say that we are facilitating the degradation of mankind through the overindulgence of one of the most toxic substances ever created. So, that's a bit pessimistic. I tend to think it's the first one. At least that's how I justify myself going to the job every day. They're going to do it and have a good time anyway. I'm there just helping them have a good time and generally guiding them in a responsible way. So, that was some deep shit. Thank you for the deep question there, Humanity Beauty. Bruce at Baja. Fire all of them, get experienced bartenders. That's one answer. That is an answer. It might not be a bad idea to not fire all of them, but it might not be a bad idea, to hire at least one experienced senior bartender that can kind of guide the rest of them. Otherwise, your guys' place, if it's busy, I don't know what kind of volume you do, but if your place is busy, you could be a hot mess for a while people figure it out. Man, that could be fun. And of course, you guys make sure you follow me on all the social stuff at BartendingPro, Insta, Facebook, Twitter, here. And remember, I do these every 8 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, which is California, West Coast, United States time. I'm thinking about switching these live streams to Sunday night. Tell me, what do you think about that? What if I did these on Sundays instead of Tuesdays? Would you be able to make it? Would you not be able to make it? Do you think that's a good idea, bad idea? Let me know. Let's see. Maria Monica Mashoud. I love butchering your guys' names. It's one of my favorite things to do. Does a female bartender earn more at a gentleman's bar than a standard bar? I would think so. I just think bartenders at gentlemen's bars, like gentlemen's clubs, is that what you mean? Like gentlemen's clubs? Is that what you mean? I think those types of bars, those are just really good bartending gigs. It's a unique environment that not everybody can work in, but if you can, then you can definitely make a killing. I know a friend that moonlights at those bars because one of the places around here, the manager, they'll just kind of bring in like guest bartenders or whatever, and he'll go down here every so often and do it, and he'll work 4 hours and make $400. So it's definitely a good gig if you're okay with that environment, which is on a whole nother level of unique. All right. Last call again for questions, guys. Get them in while you can. Get them in while you can. Does a female bartender? Okay, I just, man. Okay, no, that's one I was like, Jesus, that's like the third time that question's come up tonight. I think that is the third time, actually. Female bartender earn more than at a gentleman's bar than a standard bar. Now it's just the types of bars, not boys versus girls. LO, got it. Sorry, stupid gringo American. LO, gotcha. Like I said, I'm totally butchering names all the time. Alexander Brown, seeing this is ending, I'm going to rewatch your other vids. Yep, you got a chance to throw out a question right now, Alexander. You might end up as a highlight reel on the channel. Good questions. I'm starting to take and turn them into entire videos. Jay Charm, hey, I got a question. I've been a bartender for about 4 years, and I'm ready to take the next step to make bar manager. How can I impress the owner to move up? That's a completely unique question that only you can answer, buddy. So, well, I guess you probably haven't been at, maybe you've been at the same place for 4 years, so maybe you can't. If you know the manager, like if you've been there for a while, and if you know the owners and the GM and stuff, then you'll know what they want, most likely, in their management staff. Take initiative. So you don't ever want to be a rat, right? Don't fucking rat people out. That's not cool. But if shit is happening that you know is not right, like if people are stealing stuff, or if people are like fucking selling drugs, or anything that's like over the top shady and sketchy, then bring that to their attention. Try not to name names, try not to get anybody fired. But like if things are happening that could, like if that type of shit, like if someone's selling drugs, right? If they get busted, the establishment can lose their license, and not only does one person get fired, you all get fired. So sometimes it's warranted to stop shady behavior in the name of saving the entire establishment. So be careful, but you can find ways that you can improve efficiency. You can find, like if you have consistent feedback from people like, hey, why don't you have this? Why don't you have this? Help them develop products or drinks or processes, improve their business. Understand that you're working for a business. Make it more efficient. Make it work better. Make their job easier. And then they will appreciate that. That's basically what I did, and was made the unofficial bar manager of my place. Really, I'm just like the senior bartender who makes the schedule for everybody and gives feedback on like, people are, how they're doing and hires and stuff. But okay. No, I don't rat. Yeah, of course. Don't rat. Got it. But you got my point. I think I can make it Sunday nights. All right. Sweet. What is that purple bottle in the background? This one right here. This is a cool hand-painted tequila bottle. So this is Pinch Prosecco. So this is just some like small label tequila. Do you know there's only 9 tequila manufacturers that make every line of tequila you've ever had? I believe it's 9. It's like a small number. But this is cool. This bottle is like hand painted. We had this for like 1 second in our bar. one of our reps brought this in, you know, because the reps, when you work in a bar, they're always bringing in random shit like, hey, check this out, we got this new this or that, and you should try it out because it's awesome. But the reality is that in most bars, like, if it's not a well-known brand, it doesn't matter how good it is, people won't buy it. So the people that start companies like this, they'll go like, oh, I'll start this killer tequila that's awesome, that's unique because it's like organic or whatever, and then I'll take it to the bars, and then they'll promote it and sell it. Nah, you invent it, you promote the shit out of it so that people are asking for it at my bar, then it will sell. It is not our job to promote your tequila. Anyway, I went on the soapbox about that because we had that situation today. So anyway, this is one of those sad stories of somebody that put a lot of work in developing this tequila brand and these hand painted. This is like brush strokes, hand painted tequila bottles that these guys are probably, I don't know, I haven't seen their stuff anywhere else, but anyway, when we finished this bottle, I snatched it because this is just really cool. It's crazy. It's hard to tell, but it's like legit hand painted, the whole thing. So pretty sick. You never see that anywhere. Pretty cool, eh? I'm assuming that's the one you were asking about, Fanger. Or wait, who was asking about that? Yeah, Fanger. Yeah, I think that's the one, right? Is that the one you were asking about? If it's not, let me know. I think that's the only purple, right? Or can you guys, you can't even see that one. I'm just trying to look in the camera what you guys can see. Yeah, that's got to be it. All right. Okay, what do we got here? Thanks for that earlier. Yeah, great channel. Thank you, Phil. Actually, server right now, feeling on a part-time basis when I'm short-handed, a bartender at catering events, and my job host. Good. There you go. Put that on your resume. You're getting experience. If they won't move you up, then use that experience, move it to the top of your resume, and go look for another position somewhere else. Alexander Brown. Okay, got a question. I got my first bartender comp as an apprentice bartender being started this year. The spirit I have to use is whiskey and bourbons. Not sure what kind of flavors I should aim for. Oh, competition. Hey, that's over my pay grade, buddy. I've never even gone or watched any of those competitions, so I don't even know what they do. Like, what do they give you? Like, okay, here's your spirit. Make something cool, and whoever wins, you know, makes the best thing wins. Yeah, that's I would be reading some mixology books if I were you, and then just that's what I would do if I was gonna do that. I would read some like top drawer mixology books, and something will jump out for sure. Yeah, pen. Customer sees a fancy bottle, ask for Cuervo Gold instead. Fucking 100%, man. I discouraged Cuervo so hard just because they make good top like super premium stuff. It's good, but Cuervo Gold is absolute garbage tequila, in my humble opinion. Phil, your advice gives me confidence on landing a job at a new place. Yeah, buddy, stoked. What drinks do you think are a must-know how to make? I got a list for you. I was gonna be surprised if I got through a live stream without this coming up, because it comes up almost every time. This is another video that I'm gonna shoot. I'm not gonna make every single one of these in the video because that would be like an hour long, but here's a list. In my opinion, right? So this is different depending on where you work, the type of establishment you're going to, but this is a good short list of places to start. That if you had these dialed, you're gonna have a pretty solid footing of drinks to work from. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's like 15 or so in there. So start with those, and then look at the types of places that you want to work at and that you're applying to, and examine their menus. See if there's kind of overlap of similarities, because certain areas of the country will have certain styles of drinks that are more popular than others. So you might have a completely, not completely, like those are good to know, but you might have certain types of drinks that are more common more often. All right, let's see here. Boosted Baja. I work at a bar where MOD is always drinking. We all know, but owner won't fire that person because she's very popular in the bartender circle. What can we do? It's a tough question. Because, like I said, you don't want to be the rat. I think if it's not affecting anybody's job, then you just got to kind of let it be and keep an eye on that it's not getting worse. And if it does start to affect your ability to do your job or other people to do their job, or it affects the establishment, then that's when you pull the owner aside. I guarantee you that if you had a manager that was drinking all the time and causing harm to the establishment, they will 100% appreciate that fact. And they probably, if they were savvy owners, they probably wouldn't go up to that person and said, "Hey, Bruce said you're drinking on the job. What the fuck?" You know, it would, they would pull them aside, like, in a roundabout way. That I doubt that it would come back to you. But no, that's a sticky one. I understand very well that problem, Bruce. And it's one of those things where you just kind of like keep an eye on it, and things are getting done, the job's getting done, they're doing their job, you're allowed to do your job, it's not affecting you, nobody's being harmed other than that person's liver and alcoholic tendencies. If they're not stealing, that's another thing. If they're stealing and the pour cost is off and it comes up, then I don't know. It's a tread lightly and carefully with that one. If it becomes a problem, then go to the owner. Just go straight to the top of the chain. Right on, finger. All right, okay. Actually, I had a couple legit stalkers accidentally see me out after work, find out where I live, dragging to my house repeatedly, leaving food. Whoa, bro. See, that's fucking sketchy. What the fuck is wrong with people? Do you think if you follow someone home and leave a box of chocolates on their door that they're all of a sudden go like, "Oh, yeah, here," I mean, what the fuck is wrong with people? I think they're just too needy and they don't know how to be alone or something. I don't know. That's a psychology conundrum for people. The manager we have is leaving and I want his spot. I'll tell you if it happens in the next 3 months. Good luck, Jay. You got it, buddy. You got it. Fanger. Yeah, that was okay. Custom machines, a fancy ball, okay, sweet. Okay, we're down at the bottom. Here we go. Closing up shop, guys. Thank you for hanging out, supporting the show. Make sure if you're a new viewer, you subscribe so that you get notifications anytime I do these live streams or anytime I have new videos coming out. Alexander Brown, basically used Jim Beam, Maker's Mark Owner's Comp in Australia. If I was to do good, it would be New York. Be underage. I will be underage in America. Interesting. I figure if you qualify through an international competition, then they probably wouldn't care. Nice, complex, and simple. Thank you for the diamonds. Hoping them. It's okay. Starting point. You got. I don't know if I'm the GOAT. I'm just trying to spit knowledge that I have from the years of doing this shit, buddy. Noel. Got to try Irish whiskey and peach schnapps yesterday. Welcome to the club. I'm trying the Irish whiskey and peach schnapps. Were they together or did you try them separate? Ben the bartender may recommend adding a little fresh vanilla bean to the whiskey. There you go, Phil. Oh, wait, no. Alexander. You got Ben the bartender, who's obviously a fellow bartender, adding a little fresh vanilla bean. So there's a tip from a mixologist guy for you. Fanger, if their report counts, if their report counts are off, I'd feel the owner would know right away. Being an owner of a bar, illegal drug dealers and dealers keep track of their stuff. Yeah, you would think so. What's actually ironic and funny is that some places get so dysfunctional and so screwed up that they have a whack backwards ass way of rationalizing how they make money, that are just running from, they're so far behind on their finances that they're just going from one spike in business to the next. And yeah, I've worked for some places where our pour costs are like way out of control. And then I'll talk to the owners like, how are our pour costs doing, by the way? And he's like, oh, they're great. They're like 11%. Like, no fucking way our pour cost is under 30%. No way. So sometimes places are just, I don't know. They you should think that, and you should be aware that most places will catch it, which is true. But I've seen some serious dysfunction in this industry. Noel, got an opinion on the Kraken rum? It's just a dark rum. I don't know if I've tried it, but I'm not a rum guy, so I couldn't give a very thorough assessment. Join the MOD party next shift. Bruce Baja. Actually I don't have an MOD. I guess I'm bartending while kind of the manager in the house, but I'm never officially like the MOD. The guy leaving chocolate sounds like he'd have narcissistic personality disorder. Yeah, I don't know. Stalker stuff's weird. And you have to be careful with ratting out folks. Yeah. If they're a manager favorite, it won't work out well. Yeah, definitely. You got to be careful with all that stuff. Just saying, if it becomes a hindrance to you be able to do your job, or is potentially costing other people their job, especially if it's stuff just like where people are just drinking. That's so common in this industry. You definitely don't want to throw anybody under the bus for that. Just take it easy. Do your job well, and let other people that are slipping slip, because they will eventually. Okay. I think there's the last question here from Kate. The commute thing. I actually live an hour east of work due to special circumstances, but it's totally worth it to me because I absolutely love my job and your boss. Right on. Good job, girl. You're stoked. All right, Finger. Thanks for tuning in, bud. See y'all. We're gonna call it there too. Yvette Luna got the job. You. Congrats, girl. Cheers to you. Tink. No, I really do combination so it's for Noel. There we go. Yvette Luna, we'll leave it on that. Getting the job. So thanks again, you guys, for tuning in on this live edition of Making You a Bartending Pro. My name is Jason. I will see you next week, the same time, same place. For now, thinking about Sundays, so I'll let you know before we switch. But I'm thinking about switching these to do these on Sundays to see if more people might be able to catch them, because I know we started doing these Tuesdays because I just did it randomly one time and people showed up, so we kept doing them. But if we switch it over to Sunday afternoon, evenings, not quite as late on a Sunday, maybe more people could benefit. Not because I'm trying to be greedy, just because I'm trying to find a time that more people might be able to benefit from hanging out and watching the stream. So with that, yeah, I know, Ben, right? 11%. No shit. Not true. No, definitely it was like mid-high 20s for sure. Definitely. All right, you guys. That's it for this one. I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank you for coming in. And have a good week. Get out there, kick some ass, pound the pavement, follow up. Remember, you're looking for follow-up number 5, because that's a magic one. Past number 4, 95% of the people don't show up anymore. So if you can do that, you will be unique. Thanks again to you guys that tipped me for this episode. I really appreciate that. If you want to support this channel directly, you can do it through that. The bartendingblueprint.com website. I have like a private membership that right now has these trainings kind of grouped together in a way that lays out how to go from A to Z in getting a job. and I'm in the process of putting in a formal testing training and kind of little certification thing, just so that you have something to show that you've done a professional training. All right, you guys. Until then, I'll see you later this week. Should have a new video coming out around Friday or so. So keep your eyes peeled for that, and then I will see you on the live stream next week. All right, cheers, y'all.